Listen, you are never going to become a professional footballer. Less than 1% of players actually make it. And here's the crazy part, you might be training every single day, thinking you're improving, but that's exactly what's killing your chances. Stick around, because I'm about to show you the mistakes 99% of players make, and how you can actually join that 1%. I'll also answer the brutal question, are you too old to go pro? Professional football is chaotic, messy, unpredictable. Opponents don't wait for you to get ready. They tackle aggressively, they press hard, they make moves you didn't expect. The weather can turn against you, crowds can get loud, intense, and hostile. Everything is amplified, and if you've never trained in anything close to that chaos, you're unprepared for the level you dream of reaching. Pros succeed not because they're naturally more talented, they succeed because they adapt instantly. They make split-second decisions when the game doesn't go as planned. They stay calm when everything around them is falling apart. They thrive in situations that would make most young players panic. Here's the problem, most players spend years in safe, predictable environments, and when they finally face real pressure, they crumble. Their reactions are slow, their nerves take over, their decisions are poor. All the hard work they thought would pay off doesn't. If you want to reach the professional level, you have to train like the game is unpredictable from day one. Get used to chaos, play in intense matches, put yourself in situations where you're uncomfortable. Fight through aggressive opponents, weird conditions, and moments where you feel out of control. That's how your brain and body learn to respond at the speed pro football demands. I have been fed up with young players thinking that what they do on the pitch makes them a pro. They train, dribble, shoot, and sprint like crazy, believing that effort alone will get them there. But here's the hard truth, what you do off the pitch matters far more than what you do on it. And no, I'm not talking about the usual advice, like scroll less, eat right, sleep more. Sure, that stuff helps, but everyone already says that. I'm talking about the things nobody ever tells you, the invisible habits that separate the 1% from the 99%. First, your environment. Who you spend time with shapes your level more than any drill. If your friends, teammates, or even your family don't push you, challenge you, or hold you accountable, your growth will plateau. Pros are surrounded by the right people, mentors, coaches, and teammates who constantly push them. Second, your decision-making off the pitch. How you structure your day, handle pressure, and respond to setbacks is training too. The small choices, when to focus, when to rest, how to spend your free hours, compound over months and years into massive advantages or invisible losses. Third, your sleep. And I'm not just talking about getting 7 to 8 hours, I'm talking about pro sleep. The kind of sleep that actually helps you recover faster, think sharper, and perform at your best. Pros don't just sleep whenever they feel like it. They wake up and go to bed at the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. Your body thrives on consistency. Mess up your sleep schedule, and no matter how hard you train, your brain slows down, your focus disappears, your reflexes weaken, and you start feeling nervous on the pitch because your mind and body aren't synced. That's why even talented players fail. They never master the invisible edge that proper sleep gives you. You've always heard it before. Work hard, train every day. You've seen it on YouTube videos, your coaches keep saying it. But what if I told you that's only half the truth? I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard, you absolutely should. But here's the thing, working hard without a plan is like running in circles. You're tired, but you're not getting anywhere. Let me explain. Professional footballers didn't make it just by showing up and kicking the ball every day. There's a lot more happening behind the scenes, things most players never even think about. The pros structure everything. Their weekly schedule, their daily training sessions, even how they design each drill. Every move, every exercise, every rest period is carefully planned to maximize improvement in the least amount of time. Now compare that to an average player. They go to the field, do whatever comes to mind, work hard, and leave exhausted. They think effort equals progress. But here's the kicker, it doesn't. That kind of random hard work actually produces very little results, which is why most players feel stuck, frustrated, and ask, why am I not improving? Here's a simple truth that most players never hear. You don't improve by doing more, you improve by doing it smarter. The focus shouldn't be on hours, it should be on structure, quality, and purpose. Every drill you do should have a reason. Every minute of your day should push you closer to the player you want to become. So, how do you actually train smart? Start by designing a plan. Don't just plan a go-to-the-field routine. Plan your week. Decide which skills you want to improve, how many reps, how much intensity, and when to rest. Then, break it down into daily tasks. Make sure every session has a goal. Maybe today is speed and agility, tomorrow is finishing and shooting, the next day is recovery and mindset. You need variety, balance, and focus. Next, track your progress. Most players never measure anything. How many successful passes did you make today? How fast did you sprint? Did your stamina improve this week? Small numbers, tracked consistently, tell you where to adjust. Without that, all your hard work is blind. Finally, understand recovery isn't optional. It's part of your training. Sleep, nutrition, mental focus, even your micro breaks during the day, they all matter. Pros know that training less but smarter can give better results than endless hours of random effort. Here's the secret most players never hear. If you work smart, structured, and focused, you can improve faster in months than other players do in years. And that's how the pros get ahead. While everyone else is stuck believing hard work is enough, you're improving insanely fast, building the habits that actually make a pro. If you want to be a professional footballer, here's the hard truth. You will never make it if you're weak on the ball and poor off the ball. And no, talent alone won't save you. Most young players only focus on touching the ball, dribbling, passing, shooting. They think that's enough. But football isn't just about what you do with the ball. The real game is about what you do when you don't have it. Where do you move? How do you create space? Can you read the game before it happens? If you can't, the ball might as well not exist for you. Being bad off the ball is quiet but deadly. You might not notice it in friendly games because everything moves slowly. But at the professional level, every second matters. Players who move smartly, who read the play, and who open space for teammates are the ones scouts see. Players who wait for the ball or run randomly, they stay invisible. Off the ball movement isn't just running, it's about thinking, positioning, and timing. Pros know where the ball will go before it gets there. They pull defenders, make runs to create space, and always stay ready. Most young players never practice this. They only focus on tricks, shooting, or running with the ball. On the ball, poor technique is easy to spot. Off the ball, poor movement kills your chances silently. You can't rely on skill alone. If you have good ball control but don't move smartly, you'll get ignored. Coaches notice this immediately. You could be the best in your team, but if your movement is bad, you won't go pro. The difference between pros and the rest, they combine good technique with smart movement. They don't wait for chances, they make them. They read the game, adjust fast, and stay one step ahead. Now, it's time for the question everyone's afraid to ask. Are you too old to go pro? And I'm going to answer it honestly. First, let's get one thing straight. Age is not always the barrier people think it is. There are stories of players who turn professional in their late teens or even early 20s. But here's the catch. Being older doesn't automatically make it easier. If you haven't built the right skills, habits, and understanding of the game, being 18, 19, or even 21 can feel like a huge disadvantage compared to players who started smart from 14 or 15. Most young players waste their formative years. They train without a plan, focus only on what's comfortable, and ignore off-ball intelligence, mental strength, and game awareness. By the time they are 18 or 19, they've gained some experience, but not the edge that actually separates the 1% from the rest. That's why when someone says, "I'm too old," it's often not about age, it's about how prepared you are for professional demands. Here's the brutal truth. Going pro after 18 or 19 is possible, but only if you are willing to be ruthless with your time, focus, and habits. You can't rely on raw talent or hope. You have to catch up fast. That means training smarter, not longer. It means mastering both technical skills and intelligent movement off the ball. It means studying the game constantly, analyzing your mistakes, and improving every single day. Another thing many players don't realize, pro scouts and academies look for potential, not just age. They want players who can impact games immediately or show rapid improvement. If you're older but demonstrate clear, measurable progress, adaptability, and a mature understanding of the game, you can still earn your spot. The hardest part, most players wait too long to commit fully. They treat 18 or 19 as if it's too late and settle for average. The truth is, if you're willing to be focused, consistent, and strategic, you can still become exceptional, even starting later than most. But you have to accept the reality. No excuses, no shortcuts, no distractions. Every choice you make off the pitch now determines if you catch up or stay behind. So here's my honest answer. You are never too old to go pro if you're willing to put in the smart work, fix your weaknesses, and train like your future depends on it, because it does. But if you keep wasting time, following generic advice, or thinking talent alone is enough, age will become a real barrier faster than you think.